Our skipper, Paul Callahan's a paraplegic. Our forward guy, jib guy, Brad Johnson, is missing 2 legs, and I'm only missing 1 leg.
Welcome to the C. Thomas Clagett Jr. Memorial Regatta.
As Ted Turner once said, lead, follow, or get out of the way. C. Thomas Clagett Jr. chose to lead. A lifelong sailor who suffered early from meningitis, Tom was sensitive to the needs of those with disabilities. A distinguished force in yachting, a member of 6 America's Cup syndicates, Tom was devoted to sailing and the love of honest rivalry. Gordon Ingate came to this country with the Australian America's Cup team Gretel II, and remembers Clagett as one of the first people he met here, and a man who made his stay here memorable.
And there was one very special American, Tom C. Clagett Jr., took us under his wing and said, "Hey, I'll teach you the ways of America." And it was the best thing that ever happened to us. He was big, he was tall, and he was very, very positive. And the spirit of the man was just fantastic.
It's Tom's cheerful, upbeat spirit that continues to animate the event to this day. The regatta is sailed in the 3-person sonar, 2-person Scud 18, single-handed 2.4 meter, and for the blind sailors, the J22. Freedom. That is what sailing is, and that's what sailing allows. It is why this regatta is so good for so many. Many of these folks spend their entire lives in a wheelchair until they get in a boat.
It's a lot of fun seeing the variety of afflictions people have. I mean, there's a lot of quads, there's paraplegics, there's sip and puff guys here, which is really amazing if you think about people that can't even drive a car, or their day-to-day life is wound up in a wheelchair, but they can go sail a boat by themselves, and the freedom of that is amazing.
Being on the water is somewhat freeing, or it is freeing. It isn't somewhat about it. There is a level playing field in many respects.
The personal experience within disabled sailing is one of freedom, because it's your own vehicle. You're off into the elements, and you are not only is your own safety in your own hands finally again, instead of being in the hands of caregivers through the rehab programs and all that kind of thing. It's full freedom, and that's what sailing is. It's harnessing the wind and getting wet and having a blast doing it.
There's no question that the Clagett has been a direct avenue for improving the quality of one's life, attitude, satisfaction, and happiness.
The first 2 years following my spinal cord injury, I was depressed and was getting in trouble and finding nothing but trouble, really. I was not very well behaved, and since I started competing in disabled sailing world, it's really improved my quality of life and my independence, and what I'm going to do with the rest of my time and my life. And it's just been a real boost for me mentally and physically.
It is absolutely a empowering event and an empowering sport for those who have a physical disability. It shows them that they can achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve, and they can carry that with them once they get off the water.
Lifelong sailors who are able-bodied have seen the power of the Clagett and generously volunteer their time year after year to support the regatta.
I support the Clagett for 3 reasons. The primary reason is because of the competitors. They are hugely inspirational and enormously awesome athletes. The second reason is this event, because of the nature of the competitors, brings out some of the best volunteers that I've ever had a chance to work with. And the third reason is because of the organization. It's the premier disabled event here on the East Coast every year.
It's very inspiring to see these people who have serious physical disabilities get on the water and act as if they're absolutely equal. Suddenly they get into that medium of liquid, and everything comes to them. You can just see that their self-esteem and excitement about being involved in this event is it's something they can't get on hard land.
It's these sailors and the volunteers and organizers of the Clagett Regatta and similar events. These are the true heroes of our sport.